The episode begins with Lee Jini, a top-performing student, who is suddenly hit with the harsh reality of the working world after graduating at an older age. She is shocked to find that she's consistently rejected from jobs, not because of her skills, but because of her age. One day, after another failed job interview, a stranger hands her his business card and promises to help her find work. Hope sparks again as she prepares for her next interview. At the interview, she's surprised to find another applicant with the exact same name, Lee Jini, but this one is in her early 20s and clearly favored due to her youth. After the interview ends, the older Lee Jini receives a rejection message, which crushes her spirit. She's anxious about what to tell her mother, who was at home praying for her success. During her mother's prayer, Lee Jini unknowingly interrupts and disrupts the ritual. The real shock comes when she returns home and finds out that her father received a message saying, Lee Jini was accepted. She realizes immediately that the company mistakenly hired the younger girl, but her mother hugs her joyfully, assuming it was her, and Lee Jini doesn't know how to explain the misunderstanding. Back in her room, stunned and confused, she remembers the man who gave her the card and decides to contact him. The next day, she disguises herself and goes to meet the man. On her way, she accidentally bumps into a guy while he's opening a door, causing her to hit her head. She continues into the meeting with the man, and soon it's revealed, through the young guy who overheard their conversation, that the man is a scammer. The young man tries to expose him, and when the scammer attempts to flee, Lee Jini and the guy chase him down. She tries to get her money back, but it's too late. They go to the police station, where she reports the incident. On her way back home, she sees the same cat that appeared during her mother's prayer. She follows it through the streets until it suddenly stops in front of her. Thinking the cat is hungry, she offers it some food. Once home, she sees her face appear on the news, which shocks her, and she quickly grabs the remote to change the channel. She goes to bed but can't stop thinking about how hard she worked in school for years. Frustrated and emotional, she decides to burn all her study books. It starts raining heavily. The same cat suddenly jumps into a puddle of water, and Lee Jini instinctively tries to save it, but she falls in as well. Suddenly, something strange happens. She wakes up the next morning and we see an older woman. It's still Lee Jini, but now she's in a much older body. Her parents are shocked and immediately kick her out, thinking she's a stranger who broke into their house. She runs away in confusion and sees her reflection in a shop mirror. She's horrified to see she looks like a totally different, older woman. Her parents chase after her and call the police. She's taken to the police station, and tries to convince them that she's really their daughter. She starts telling them details only the real Lee Jini would know, but the police are still suspicious. While the officers are distracted, she escapes, and a young officer chases after her. Night falls, and something mysterious happens while she's running. Suddenly, she transforms back into her younger self. She rushes home and finds her mom training herself on how to protect the house, thinking their home was almost robbed. Lee Jini doesn't know how to explain anything. She walks into her room, overwhelmed and confused, wondering what on earth is happening to her. The next day, she woke up, and the same thing started to happen again. Within seconds, she was older once more. Furious, she suddenly had an idea. "It's the cat," she exclaimed. She began searching for the cat everywhere, but she couldn't find it. Meanwhile, the cat was actually in her house. The next day, a news report aired about an investigation involving a guilty celebrity, and it turned out that the man she had met earlier was the public prosecutor. On the other side of things, she was trying everything to figure out what was happening to her. She even went to see an exorcist to fix her. But as he began chanting, night fell, and she transformed again, leaving him in shock and gasping, begging her to leave him alone. She wandered the streets, and in a moment of desperation, she screamed. Suddenly, something strange happened. It started to rain, and the wind blew a label through the air, which landed right on her. She picked it up and saw it was a job advertisement. Excited, she ran to the interview. It was hilarious when she found out she was the youngest person there, something that made her feel more comfortable and confident during the interview. And of course, that helped her land the job, which made her incredibly happy. The episode ended with her jumping for joy.